Is Flower Boy Tyler the Creator's best album? What's up guys, it's Mike T Hip Hop, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Tyler the Creator's new album Flower Boy and how it ranks compared to his other albums. Now let's start off by talking about Tyler's first album, Goblin, that came out back in 2011. Now at the time this album came out, I was only in like the 7th grade, and I really loved it at the time. But now that I've gotten older and I go back and listen to it, I don't really get the same enjoyment that I got out of it back then. Songs like BSD and Radicals I used to find good and pretty funny, but now I think those songs aren't very good, and I'm not really a fan of the therapist skits that he has throughout the album as well. And also when I look back on it, his production on this just doesn't sound good at all, and definitely it's Tyler's worst out of every album that he's produced. However, with that being said, there's still a lot of songs that I still like on this album. Songs like Yonkers, She with Frank Ocean, Tron Cat, and Sandwiches, which are both two very funny tracks. I still find those enjoyable. But as far as this album goes, I think it's okay, but definitely not Tyler's best work in my opinion. After that came Tyler's second album, Wolf, which came out back in 2013. And at the time that this album came out, I loved it, and I feel the same way now. On this album, it was the first time that Tyler really opened up about his personal life, and that was something that was kind of unusual because he never did anything like that in his previous work. He had tracks on here where he talked about his dad that he never knew, relationship problems, and on the last track, he talks about the death of his grandmother. But one of the great things about this album, it has a lot of variety. You have those smooth sounding songs, then you have those funny songs that Tyler always has, like Tamale and Trash Wang. His beats were definitely a big improvement from Goblin. He uses a lot of great samples on this, and the features that he uses are really good as well. But yeah, even now I still love listening to this thing, and I definitely think this is some of Tyler's better work. After Wolf came Tyler's third album in 2015 called Cherry Bomb. And in my opinion, I think this is probably Tyler's worst album. My main problem with it is just the mixing, and a lot of the tracks is just really hard to hear what he's saying over the beat, especially in the song Cherry Bomb. For me, that's just a really hard listen. He also uses a lot of weird vocal effects, especially when he sings, and I didn't think those sounded very good. But like Goblin, there's still a lot of things I like about this album. I really love a lot of the soulful sounding production, and some of the beat switch ups that he has are really good as well. I still like listening to that opening track, Death Camps, Smuckers, and Brown Stains with Schoolboy Q. But for me, I think this is just an average album for Tyler, and definitely ranks lower on the list of his best work. And finally comes Tyler's most recent album, Flower Boy. Now I'm going to start off by saying I think this is Tyler's best album. For me, this is everything I wish Cherry Bomb would have been. He uses even more of that soulful sound, and this is Tyler's best produced album. All his beats on here are just stunning. This is also his most serious album and his most honest album. He has no funny songs on here like he usually does, and the only songs that aren't serious are Who That Boy and I Ain't Got Time, but both those are just both great hype sounding tracks. And obviously everyone knows about how he opens up about his sexuality on the song Garden Shed, which might be probably one of Tyler's best songs that he's ever made. And I would have to say lyrically, this is definitely Tyler's best work. He stepped his lyricism all the way up on this album. And the features on here are really amazing. A$AP Rocky does his thing, Lil Wayne is really good, and even Jaden Smith, he fit really well on the song Potholes. But yeah, I don't think there's one song on this album that I didn't really enjoy. I will tell you this will definitely be on my top albums of July list, and probably this will be one of my favorite albums of the year. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments whether or not you think Flower Boy is Tyler's best album. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.